Welcome back, everyone. Today is October 18th. This one is coming out pretty late. It's currently 9:19 p.m. Today's video is going to be about why you should only be yourself. And with that being said, you should still continue to work on yourself. So related to yesterday's video where I emphasized the need to continue working on yourself and kind of emphasized how that helps you to remain an interesting person and to help solve problems as they arise in your life. Today's video is, in essence, just a reminder to stay true to who you are and to your interests. Stay true to what it is that you feel is naturally yourself. So what do I mean by that? So as we go through life, we tend to find that certain things catch our attention more readily, certain things we find funny, certain things appeal to us naturally, and we tend to find that we operate in a certain manner or pattern. As you become more self-aware of that and start to discover more of that, some of the best advice that I've heard and my advice that I would say to you is to hone in on that. Those are the things that make you unique and make you you. And when you try to change and alter off course too much, particularly if you do it to gain the acceptance of others, what you'll find is that you just can't maintain the facade. And if you can maintain the facade, what you'll soon discover is that the people that like you for a fake and unauthentic version of who you are. And so from that, what you'll find is that your self-esteem will continue to suffer because deep down you know that you're faking it. Deep down you know that the way you're representing yourself and expressing yourself isn't who you are. And so you will always question the authenticity of the relationships and friendships that you have and the success that you achieve because you are putting on a mask. So the emphasis of this video is to find out your true self and to just be that person. With that being said, because oftentimes that can be terrible advice, I'm still telling you that, you should work on resolving your character flaws. So if you have negative character traits, to still either work on them or understand what motivates and drives those desires. You should still work on improving your skills. So I'm not saying you should identify with being a bad listener, but maybe you just naturally struggle to listen to people as they're talking to you. Perhaps what you need is something to fidget with. Maybe you learn better by drawing or distracting yourself because just listening eye to eye contact, maybe that isn't best for you. But that doesn't excuse poor behavior, poor character, and being a bad friend. You should still work on these skills, but understand that perhaps you work best by listening to your friends while out on a walk rather than sitting still. So understanding who you are and understanding how you operate best and kind of what appeals to you and what you find kind of most preferable, lean into that because that's who you are naturally. And when you start doing those things, those are the things that are going to provide you authentic friendships and authentic relationships and meaningful friendships and relationships. But from there, you still have a responsibility to become a refined version of yourself, a version of yourself that understands how to communicate properly, how to listen properly, how to engage with the world, how to properly, morally, and ethically engage with the external. There's no excuse for treating people poorly. You can't say, oh, wow, it's being myself. Even for myself, I love using humor, and sometimes that goes wrong. And having the humility to apologize and to understand and self-reflect on where things went wrong and understanding more about the people around you is still very important. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop using humor just because it went wrong once. What it means that maybe I've learned more about the people around me and their sense of humor. And that's very important because it means that perhaps I won't establish the deepest and most authentic relationships and connections with those people. And that's okay. So refining your character, refining your presentation skills are very important, and essentially self-reflecting and becoming more aware of your surroundings and who you are is going to help you with developing authentic friendships and authentic relationships. It's also going to help you to just feel more comfortable in your own skin because you're no longer faking it. So as you go through life, remember to be aware of who your authentic self is. Don't be shy about your interests and the things that kind of stick out to you and grasp your attention. And start spending more time in those areas so that the people you interact with naturally connect with you better. Stop trying to fit into places where you don't belong, where you're not welcomed, where you have to conform to interests that aren't your own, because you're just going to produce a life in which you are miserable. And this doesn't mean to quit at the first sign of resistance. Even in the places you like and want to be in, you might find that you'll have to experiment with 2 or 3 different options. And that's totally okay, right? Sometimes you're gonna go do something that you enjoy, something that interests and captivates you, but you'll encounter a scenario in which you don't necessarily get along with all the people there. That's fine. Try another avenue. And if you find repeatedly that things just keep going haywire, they keep going south, remember to remember to self-reflect and ask yourself, what role do I play in these relationships going sour? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. See you next time.